Ghostly Talk!
Broadcasting from the world-famous Haunted Winery here in Warren, Michigan. This is a special Ghostly Talk on August 22nd, 2007.
Ghostly Talk is usually broadcast from the Haunted Winery here, like Doug said a second ago, on Sunday nights from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. This is a special show, though, so it's obviously Wednesday.
For more info, go to www.ghostlytalk.com. Tonight,
I got that part.
I know. Tonight, we're gonna try to arrange a very special discussion with the legendary Lorraine Warren.
We're having issues. We're working on it right now as we speak.
So you'll get us until we can get Lorraine on the phone.
Only the corrupt are listened to now. I need to go someplace where I can think.
And more accurate, balanced news coverage. Real people with real lives in your dramas and on your talk shows. And if we don't get it, we'll make it ourselves. Don't hate the media, become the media.
I need to go someplace where a man can think.
We haven't had this happen in a while.
The gremlins have come a-calling, I'm telling ya.
I don't know what's going on there.
Well, it's weird. It's just weird. I wonder if Murphy isn't in attendance tonight.
Well, we've been working very hard over the last year to eradicate Murphy from the Haunted Winery here.
Because whatever can go wrong will go wrong, and usually does. But you know, we've taken steps, we've taken measures, and
yeah, I don't know what's going on here.
But this time it's not on our end.
Yeah, we're dancing around this right now, and as we're talking, I am queuing the phone line, trying to get Lorraine Warren on the phone. I don't know what's going on here, though. So I'm sure the people that are listening right now are like, oh, here they go again. What's going on?
Oh,
right?
It's just going to be them.
Yeah,
what a bummer.
So I don't know. That people can't hear this, thank God.
They can't hear the ringing.
They can't hear the ring.
I can.
But you can hear it. And it's very hard to talk over ring, even though if it's not going over to the stream, right?
Well, while you work on that.
Yeah, you keep, yeah.
Okay. I did want to talk about... we were going to talk to Lorraine, of course, in preparations for UNIVCon.
Yeah.
And UNIVCon, of course, is coming up in October. Mm-hmm. Oh, do you have the exact dates?
I can pull that stuff.
Because I want to remind everybody about UNIVCon, because it's going to be quite literally a humongous event. Mm-hmm. And it's in University Park, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Penn State University, October 18th through October 21st.
Excellent. As a matter of fact, that's the weekend that my brother is in town from Texas.
Well, that's typical.
So I'm going to miss seeing, my brother and sister-in-law and my lovely niece, who evidently now waddles to some extent for a few steps, and I'm going to miss that in order to go to UNIVCon, because UNIVCon is just a huge event and an absolutely fantastic lineup of folks. Mm-hmm. We're going to have, of course, we're starting the whole thing off with
we're like
Doug
first
Bradley.
night.
Yeah, we're like first night. With Doug Bradley, and
he's going to be the first presenter that night.
Oh man,
it's
talk about a way to get Ghostly Talk there early. You know,
it's like I don't know. I don't know how that happened, but
I'm still pretty excited. Doug Bradley, of course, is Pinhead from the
from Hellraiser
series, and so that's going to start the event.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, talk about a big start to the event. And it's going to go on for 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
And it does not end until after 4 days.
Yeah, we got booted out of Skype again.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, we got booted out. This
when that happens.
thing's a piece of junk sometimes. It really gets on my nerves. But yeah,
It's not like we had a guest or anything. So.
Well, yeah, but it would help if we had the tools we needed here. You know.
But
I'm hoping. Now what's going on?
I don't know what it's doing.
I thought there was supposed to be music or something.
Nah, that would be too much to ask for.
Are we back
It goes
now?
on.
What the heck's this? Hello?
That's going to be somebody on the caller line?
Who is this? Oh,
Sean B.
Well, you're not even
Hey
in.
guys,
Okay, you're in now.
Now
I'm
you're.
sorry. I just
That's awesome. Dude.
No,
Hey,
no, that's cool. Thank God somebody called in because I don't know what the hell's going on. To be frank with you, dude.
well, guys, I was trying to click on the broadband to get the show up, and I finally said, well, it's saying it's offline, so I called in and did the conference number and all, and then I heard you guys talking, and I was like, I'm gonna give it a shot. Hello.
That was a really good idea, yes. As a matter of fact, I guess, yeah, because we had to reconnect. You know what's interesting, Sean, what you may not have heard was that we tried to get Lorraine Warren on the phone, and she's unavailable. And, you know, I'm slightly worried because it's not like her at all.
Crap! Nobody.
What are you doing?
Hang on, Sean, are you still there, dude?
He'll be muted now because you
crap.
just do the *8 again. And then go to active and make.
Oh
him
my
active.
God, we lost him. How'd that happen?
I don't know. You're.
I didn't break it.
Cell phones. You know what can I say?
Oh my God. Anyways, let me try it. Thank God, nobody can
Now
hear
they're
this.
unmuted.
Now they're unmuted.
Now everybody.
We want to mute them. Now, okay. Now this
That's
is where
what
we
I
need to
like
be at right here.
I like that.
I don't know.
So anyway, we're gonna continue trying to get Lorraine on the phone. The event. Now, what's interesting about this particular event, UnivCon, in October, is that I don't know of any nefarious plans. I know of nefarious plans for, although we've threatened Topher, of course, with nefarious plans. I don't know of any for UnivCon.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Not yet. No. No.
And I know of plenty for Mothman Festival and for Mid-South and, you know, so all of the upcoming events, we definitely have some interesting plans, but not for UnivCon. I don't know why. We need to come up with some really good stuff for UnivCon.
It's getting about that time right now where, because we've actually had a couple of weeks off, couple weeks free here to kind of chill out, relax a little bit. And it's been nice to just chill out and not have to worry about, because, the thing is with our crew, we can talk frank a little bit tonight. We're having fun here. Well, hopefully we're going to have fun.
Yeah.
In order to make something like this happen as far as Ghostly Talk's concerned, because we usually have quite a compliment that comes with us now.
Yeah.
Just for people that help us alone. And thank God for those people like Tom, my girlfriend Amber Rose, that help us out, watch the table and stuff while we're there, help us set stuff up. You name it. They're there for just about anything. And all of our other friends, Jonathan's
and of
there.
course, Bonnie does a lot of the table work, and which is interesting because she of course is part of Ghostly Talk.
Oh yeah.
But she does a lot of the table work where she's meeting people and talking to people, and I'm flitting about.
Why do we put the meanest person out of all three of us at the table?
She likes it. She volunteered.
Is she like a different person when she goes back there?
Yeah, she only snarls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so,
instead of
and people like that.
And people like that. Yeah.
People enjoy that. Hey, I got a question for you.
What?
Well, I'm just looking at there's a.
I know there's callers.
we
No, let's not bother them.
Oh, come on, it'll be fun.
I want to talk about conferences.
All right.
Why do you think, or since we're talking about, or we're supposed to be talking to Lorraine Warren, I wish, we could get her, but, unlike her, she's not answering the phone. So something is gone awry. And it could be, like I said, gremlins.
Something's going on really weird because we're having all types of weird random stuff going on. So I think something's wrong with her phone line, honestly.
What would happen to make somebody as interesting and as, have been around in the paranormal for so many years? They used to do the conference circuit, and not just the conference circuit. I mean, they would go the university circuit. Mm-hmm. Her and Ed would go to universities. They'd go to libraries. They'd go to all these great, places, and they would talk to people. They'd give presentations.
Yeah.
And it would be announced in the newspaper, mm-hmm. and they would do all this work, right? Mm-hmm. And then, of course, there were you retire after a while. And
I know it's killing you. Like, I'm sorry, dude, but I keep trying to get around.
It's a little distracting.
I know. I'm trying to keep it as nefarious.
But you retire after a while, and then it tapers off and things like that. And Lorraine, she still does some stuff, but all of a sudden to go to UnivCon, a 4-day paranormal conference, mm-hmm. that's incredible.
Oh yeah,
to get to see Lorraine Warren. At a conference. It's just incredible, and I'm so looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun to finally meet her, for one thing. All these years. I
want to dig back through some of my archives of shows. Not ghostly talk shows, but I mean, like, movies and things like that. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And dig out a couple that have her and Ed in them and watch them again. And, just to see, because I remember them vividly.
Yeah.
But there's nothing like watching, a movie with Lorraine and her husband in them.
Yeah.
It's just an amazing thing to watch, because I grew up, I've said this before, I grew up, Ed and Lorraine were it, and of course Jane Roberts was it. I mean, just they were making headlines, they were putting out press releases, they were going from place to place. These were people who did the hard work in the beginning, mm-hmm. And it'll be very, very interesting to get to shake her hand and say, Lorraine, this is phenomenal to see you here.
Yeah, well, no, it's very cool.
Let me ask you 4,212 questions.
Well, that's the problem. How many questions can you ask that person before they lose their mind and don't want to talk to you anymore?
Right, right.
So that's the concern, but I think it's going to be, like I said, UnivCon. We've been talking a lot about it on the show here, and God, my voice is shot, dude. It's gone. We're totally looking forward to that. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Like I was saying before, I mean, it's about that time now for us to start. Well, hang on. Nothing there yet. But what I was saying before is, like, yeah, it's really gotten to the point now where we really have to put a lot of planning and stuff into this to travel like this and make sure everybody's taken care of and all that fun stuff. And it's about that time now for us to start getting back into that groove where I have to start getting plans together, getting this conference calls and all that fun stuff going. That's just how it works with us now.
Yeah. Thank heavens for Skype and that kind of, in those instances.
Yeah, it's really helped us out a lot. So that's, we're encouraging everybody to go out to UnivCon, along with all the conferences. We understand that, some of these are geographically impossible for some people to get to, and hopefully there's one that's closer to you.
Well, and I don't know, because I haven't, I've talked to a lot of people at the conferences that I've been to already, and some of them have said, I wanted to go to a conference, and I decided to pick one of these, and that's fantastic. But I've been encouraging people, and I still want to encourage people to try and go to a conference. There's still many good ones left this year, mm-hmm. And UnivCon, of course, is a big one, big one. Mm-hmm. But there's all different kinds of conferences with different kinds of feels, and because they all have a different feeling. Mm-hmm. Like, for example, Arkansas was. Well, it was a bit of a party.
Yeah.
I think that was our fault. But it was.
So?
Ghost World ended up being a bit of a party, but that was our fault.
So, but more or less what we're saying here is that usually they're
a bit of a party.
They're a bit of a party.
Yeah. But
you know what, Doug? I'm just noticing here, Sean's back on.
Oh, yeah? You want to bring him in?
Well, I hope it's Sean. Let's see. Sean, are you there?
Hey guys, what's happened?
Hey, it's good to hear from you again. We're having issues.
I don't know what happened. We just kind of kicked you off. Sorry about that, dude.
That's all right. That's all right. Technical difficulty. I'm no stranger to.
Yes, and we've had our share over the years, you know.
Yeah, this isn't quite going the way I thought it was going to go tonight, but we're going to make the best of it, hopefully, here and do something.
Absolutely, fellas. You always do.
I can't do anything now. I just have to
I
let
know
it
we're
ring.
gonna have to let it ring.
I just have to let it ring.
That'll be good.
There's nothing I can do here. We just have to keep calling until she picks up or something. I don't think
Maybe
she's
we'll
gonna
have to
pick up.
reschedule. We may have to reschedule this.
Yeah, we might have to, but I still want to go till 8 o'clock. We can figure something out.
All
here.
right, I'll do it.
I tell you what. You know what? Go away. I tell you what. Well, Sean's on the line now.
Yes, he is.
This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go up and hit the bathroom. All right.
Oh, and I'll talk to
And
Sean.
you're gonna talk to Sean. All right.
Okay.
And I'll be back in a
Oh,
second.
Scott.
That sounds good. This is the most relaxed ghostly talk I think I've ever had.
I'll be right back.
For a show, Sean, for a show with
you want to listen to this? You want me to leave the
technical
mics on so you can hear the bathroom too?
No, I want you
It's going to be a
to
completely disgusting
take
person.
yours right out of the.
No, you're not gonna-
Leave it on, Scotto.
He's gonna take the mic with him in the bathroom. But for a show that you can't get your guests on the phone and things like that. I guess being a Wednesday night
Hump day, baby. Hump day.
It's hump day. It is hump day, and we definitely are feeling that effect.
Yes, we are. But you know what? You guys are loud and you're proud and you're strong and you're here, and that's why Ghostly Talk rules the world, baby.
Yeah, without a guess though. All I'm doing is saying go to UnivCon, and I feel kind of lame doing that.
Well,
But-
I've seen you guys talking about that, and actually I was just on the Unicon website, and you guys absolutely, like Dougie and Scotty said, you guys need to go check that out. I want to go. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but I do want to attend. And Creature Feature did their theme song for their website, and it sounds really cool.
Oh, really? I'll have to
Yeah,
revisit the website because I was there. Well, I go there every so often to look up, what hotel are we at? Oh, what, that kind of thing. But I haven't
Right.
spent much time, because I get lists of things in the email about UnivCon. So I just read that and I figure I'm up to date. But I didn't get the experience yet of going to the website.
I never really knew what Unicon was until we started getting into it, doing the work in the circuit, going out to these paranormal places and finding out that, this stuff exists. And it looks, the speakers they got lined up, and plus you guys are going to be there. It's just, these people are going to get their money's worth, man.
Oh, I know so. Well, I was, when you weren't on the line, when we'd kicked you off, I wondered aloud, why do you think, the people who are speaking, the invited guests are going to UnivCon? I mean, Lorraine Warren is she's tapered off her appearances. I mean, they did the circuit back in the 70s and stuff when I was growing up. They were everywhere, right?
Icon.
Exactly. And they did all the work. They did the travel. They probably got a few nights a year at home, that kind of thing. And they did the work. And she's coming, out of, she's tapered off, that part of her life is tapered off. She's semi-retired in that particular sense, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That she's not going to the libraries and things like that doing speaking, but she's coming out for UnivCon. Fascinating. John Keel, same thing.
That's a heavy one right there.
Yeah, he doesn't do public appearances all that often, and he chose UnivCon. I think that says a lot for UnivCon.
See? Unicon brings out all the paranormal fat cats, baby.
I'm going to try to contact Lorraine one more time.
Okay.
Let's just try this. Sean, hang tight. Just hang out for 1 second. We got you still. We're not going to lose you, I promise.
And but what do you think does it? I mean, what if you were semi-retired? What about a conference would appeal to you? Do you think, Sean?
Well, I think it would be the people and going and talking and the different stories and the different ways of doing things. Especially if Lorraine Warren's coming out, like you said, she's slowed down quite a bit, but she's coming back out there. To get a cat like her on the scene, it would have to be the people. It would just have to be the.
Sean sounds like a jazz musician.
A jazz musician?
Get that cat on the scene, man.
Hey, baby, get the kitty on the scene. Can you feel me, Daddy-O?
Filterless cigarette. Jameson on the rocks
cat on
next
the
to him.
sea.
Yeah, all right, man. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I just had the note. I just had the.
I'll take a Caucasian Gary. Remember that? Another Caucasian Gary.
No, there. Yeah, this is gonna be really fun this year. I mean, it's what the heck? Where's all these people coming from tonight?
Everybody's calling in the line. That's pretty cool.
No, that's really cool. But they're all like faking us out. They're all anonymous and stuff. What's going on here?
Oh, they're doing the star whatever to. Isn't that cool?
Don't we have a tool that can like totally like usurp that or something?
If we had an 888 number attached to that, then yes.
We need to work on
but
that.
We don't. So, yeah.
Well, thanks for calling in. We're kind of just having a jam session tonight, I guess. We're just kind of hanging out. We've been trying to get Lorraine on for the last 20 minutes and hearing it. I don't know. It's not quite working out.
No, it's not. So we're just talking with Sean B. from Indiana.
From
and
the Ghost Man and Demon
Ghostman
Hunter
and
show.
Demon Hunter show. Yeah.
So, Sean.
Yeah. Yes.
Start at the beginning and tell us everything.
Yeah, start from birth.
Well, you know, it was a cold night in September. It was raining.
I'm not talking about the conception. I'm talking about the birth.
Oh, okay. I thought we was going into... Oh, guys, did you hear about that new movie being released that Ghostly Talk might be involved in? I don't know.
Oh, that's a
did
good thing
hear
that we
about
can
that.
push tonight. Yeah.
I did hear about that. I'm very excited about that.
Yeah.
Did you see the trailer?
Yeah, they're posted all over my. I've already been pimping them.
Oh, really?
I've been totally pimping them and stuff like that.
Is this going to be like
Oh,
a
I
movie
know
for
it.
sale, or is this
Somebody-
just an experiment movie? Cause
What was that, Sean?
We didn't ask.
Somebody sent me a still shot from the movie, and it says Scott L. grabbing a fairy. I'm going to send it as my back screen.
Who
on my
sent
MySpace.
that to you? Who sent that to you, dude?
I think it was somebody from the production company, maybe. I don't know.
No, it wasn't. It was. I'm the one that ganked all those screenshots because when we were in Gettysburg, Andy and Tanya Kaiser from Experial Productions, they're the one that did this film. They gave us a DVD to take home, just to some rough cuts and stuff
Yes.
like that. So I went through it like last week and started goofing around, and I started. Hang on, I'm logging into something here. No.
Hang on while I log into my website.
No. They gave us this thing of rough
was
cuts.
the rough cuts.
So I pulled some stills off of that.
Yeah.
And I made a zip file and sent it to Andy and Tanya. And now apparently they're spreading everywhere somehow. So
And
that's
you
cool.
took one of you grabbing the fairy out of the cupboard, or
Well, they were all of
whatever?
me.
Well, of course. I mean, you did the work.
No. It's because I just love to look at myself on the computer. So
Of course.
No, we had a whole bunch of shots from that. So you got a hold of those too, Sean. That sounds cool.
Well, all I have to say is you guys look totally sick. Smoking hot, paranormal style.
Well,
During
that
the video
picture,
cute.
that is from the movie. That one right there. Your profile.
I don't know
picture.
if we can hear this or not.
Is it going through the?
I can hear you.
No, it's not going through.
Oh, so they don't get to hear that.
I was gonna play it, but yeah, we have to reset something, and that means we break the whole system. So I don't want to do that.
I bet is it this one?
No. It's the audio channel.
Oh, okay.
But we'd have to actually change one of the settings on the actual
I don't wanna do
machine,
that.
and we found from the past that we don't like doing that no more.
Yeah, we don't do that.
We try to like touch things as less as possible.
So you were going to try and play the audio from the?
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
From the how come like when you look at it like that opening like picture that you click on the play symbol.
We got somebody who wanted to talk to us here. That's anonymous. Should we do this, or is this going to be dangerous?
It's dangerous, but let's go ahead.
All right, hang on, Sean.
You got it. Hello.
Anonymous,
Hi,
you're on the air.
Anonymous, You're on.
Yeah, where's Lorraine tonight?
That's
We're
a
trying
good
to.
question.
It's a good question. We've been trying to get a hold of her here for like the last half an hour.
Well, here's a good question. What happened to her website?
What happened to her website?
Yeah, she took her website down, and the stories she's been working on, they're all gone. We're wondering what happened to them all.
Let me look here. I think isn't it Warrens.net?
Yeah.
It was.
Because that's what I have linked.
Yeah.
Well, they changed the website around.
They changed it around.
Yeah,
I
we're
see.
wondering.
Well, I tell you what.
She's doing a story on the devil in Connecticut, and she doesn't do nothing with it no more. We're wondering why.
Well, actually, I got a question for you, if you may. I know you said you're anonymous on the phone line, but what's your name, by the way?
Jim.
Oh, hey, Jim. Are you? If we may ask, where are you from?
You could do East
Mystic,
Coast, West
Connecticut.
Oh, Connecticut. Okay, cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, actually, you know what? This is a surprise to me because I just went over to the Warrens.net, the website, and this is a completely revamped website. I don't know when
That
you
is
looked at it, Jim.
completely new.
But this is completely new, so I don't know if you've been there, but there's something, we just got something on here. I don't know what you saw before.
Yeah, she pulled her websites down, and all the stories she used to work on, like the Devil in Connecticut, was a big story of hers.
Mm-hmm.
She just dropped it,
Weird. I don't know. Yeah.
and we wonder why.
Well, we can ask her that maybe. Hey, Jim, we're really sorry about this. We're trying.
You want to try her again, or
Yeah, you know what, Jim? Hang on the line. Stay right here, and we'll try her again while you're on the line.
All right.
We'll see if we can get her. Let's see. This is actually kind of fun, I have to say. I'm bummed because Lorraine isn't here, but we haven't had a chance to
I'm wondering if it has anything to do with that other website I found that says Geolocity's Devil Busted in Connecticut. I wonder if that has anything to do with why she changed her website.
Who knows? Who knows, really?
I don't think she would be one to overreact. So because she's a very cautious person. She's relatively she's been around a long time and has seen a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Well, no one is available.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
just the.
Well, Jim, we're really.
She's also getting up.
What's that?
Yes.
Isn't she also up there in age now? She's got to be close to 80 or 85 or something like
Yeah,
that.
Lorraine is up there a bit. And it's that's why we were saying here a few minutes ago concerning UnivCon, for example. This is one of the few appearances she's going to be making because she don't do too many of these anymore.
Right.
That's why it's really cool.
She was on last month.
What's that?
She was on last month.
On where last month?
Was it what's another show? Live the Migos. I'm trying to think of who.
Oh yeah, our buddy. Yeah,
Pyramid
she
goes.
went on there. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yes.
What I mean,
Yeah.
what I'm talking about, Jim, is like personal
Getting-
appearances and
yeah.
stuff like that. It's kind of hard on her now, I think, and that's why UnivCon we think is going to be really cool. That because we've never met her before. We really like to meet her.
There's face it, Jim. There's going to be Lorraine Warren's going to be there, and so is John Keel, who doesn't make very many
same thing.
personal appearances either.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be just an amazing duo to see at the conference. So I'm really impressed with the UnivCon folks, but and we had set up this interview through them.
Yes,
but
I really think it's something on a technical issue here because we've been getting all kinds of weird stuff happening with the phone line.
we get different messages sometimes when we call. So I wonder if is there weather out there in Connecticut or something, because it's definitely not normal.
You guys getting a lot of rain out there, Jim?
Yeah. Well, today it was.
I wonder. Well, we're going to keep trying, Jim. We're really sorry, man.
So, yeah, if you could, I was just curious because my buddies and I are sitting there looking at the website. She changed everything, and she doesn't, after 25 years, she changed her website. That's pretty weird.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jim, what I'll do for you personally, if you want, email me tonight, okay, ScottL@ghostlytalk.com with a couple of questions that you have concerning her website. And
Well, here's one good question is, one, she took it down, and two, she talks about the Amityville Horror, but she doesn't talk about the Devil in Connecticut. Are you familiar with that case?
Yeah, oh yeah.
It made world news.
Oh, yeah, totally.
And all of a sudden she dropped it, and I found this other website. What is it? Geolocity or something like that. The Devil Busted in Connecticut. And I wonder if that has anything to do with why she took her website down.
Yeah, I really have no idea. But yeah, those two questions, I have them noted. But just do me a favor still, though, if you can, Jim. Fire me an email because I have the memory of a goldfish now, and I always forget stuff. And I really would like to follow that up for you because if we can't get Lorraine on the phone tonight,
All right, what's your
We'll
email again?
reschedule.
it's just Scott, SCOTTL, @ghostlytalk.com. And they just fire those questions to me, and then if we don't talk to Lorraine tonight, we will be talking to her, hopefully like tomorrow, and go, hey, what happened? And I can ask her these questions for you, and then what I'll do is I'll fire you an email back with the answers.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Cool. All right.
All right, thanks a lot.
No problem. Hey,
Not a problem.
thanks for chiming in, Jim. We appreciate it, dude. We'll talk to you later, okay?
All right, bye.
Take care of yourself.
Yep, bye.
Bye-bye.
He didn't have to hang up. He could have stayed muted.
Yeah, we were just going to mute him
But,
out. Well, hey, like I said, it's okay.
But yeah, the Sean's
Sean, are you still
listening
there?
patiently. Isn't
Sean,
he?
are you still there, dude?
Still here, fellas. I'm still here.
Can we take a quick break?
I think that's a good idea.
Why don't we do that? Sean, we're going to pull you out. Actually, we have to mute the line to do this. Well, this is I actually want to pimp this a little bit because I this past Sunday, I picked up a CD from the P.O. box that I was telling you
Right.
about. A couple weeks ago, me and Scott from my old band, MFPS, being
Right.
our
Scott
drummer,
B.
Scott B. We went and saw a guy named Dax Riggs.
Yes.
And for anybody that listens and they're as big a metalhead as I am, they should know that name because he was the singer of a band called Acid Bath back in the 90s. Since then, they broke up, and Dax has been doing his own solo stuff. And we went and saw this guy down at a place called the Logger House in Detroit, which is about the size of our studio.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really little place.
I used to go there for lunch every day.
Yeah. And we got to see Dax play.
Liquid lunch,
Liquid lunch. We got to see Dax play, and he was absolutely fantastic. And the wonders of Satan's website. I guess it does have a couple of positives because I happened to get a hold of his management on there, and they said we'll send you a couple copies of the CD out if you'd like to play it on the show. So they sent me.
We're allowed to play it.
We're allowed
on
to
the
play
show.
this on the
It's
show.
awesome.
So what I think I'm going to do is queue up. I got a couple of songs here. I'm going to queue up. We're gonna just take a quick break here and see what's going on. We're gonna play it. We'll play Dax Riggs tune. It's only about 3 minutes long. It's kind of
Sounds
a short
cool.
tune. So guys, just stay tuned. This is Ghostly Talk, and
Those of you on the phone,
Yeah.
when we play these breaks, they're not commercial breaks. It's just going to be music.
We're just playing some music
You're
right
just
now.
going to get silence. Sorry about
so
that.
don't leave. Yeah, you're gonna have to. If that's the only downside of using the phone.
Don't
thing
leave
right
or
now.
call back in about 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Because when we play this music, it can go out over the stream. We can't do it over the phone because we don't have enough wires. We only have 48,000 pounds of wires, and you need about 52,000 pounds of wires to hook that into the phone line. So
Exactly. I
you'll
think,
hear silence.
what song you want to hear?
That second from last one, is that the one we were? No, that's a.
The Wall of Death. That's the one.
Well, that's the one I want.
That's got that good hook to it. You want to play that one?
Sounds cool.
All right, guys. We'll be back here in a couple of minutes. Love that tune, man. I swear to God, it's really cool stuff. Yeah, this is Ghostly Talk.
You're
greatest hits of the 90s and
You're Scott L.
Yeah, I'm Scott L.
And I'm, of course, Doug.
Yeah, we're just kind of hanging out here because, you know what? Let's try her one more time.
All right.
You want to try one more time and then call
Let's
it a
try
wash?
one more time, and then that would be it.
Okay, let's try this. Here we go.
But I do feel really bad.
Well, something's up, and I'm concerned
about
about anything. It's like,
Yeah.
hopefully, let me just pull this out. We don't need to listen to that. Well, we need to listen to that, but
Well, yeah, we need it in the headphones.
we need to hear that.
Yeah, the
Come on, pick up.
because I do want people to get excited about UnivCon. I want
think
people to get
people
excited
are,
about
though.
UnivCon, about Mid-South, about the upcoming Chicago Ghost Conference, about all of them.
No, it was the answering machine again.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
I do. I want people to go to these things and to enjoy them. Oh, I'm going to be in Janesville, Wisconsin. Speaking of which, I won't be at that Ghostly Talk.
let's talk about that
Yeah.
because I know we've been let's do it on the air. Why not?
Okay. Sounds good to do.
Now, what's the date on that one? What's the date
I
on
don't
that
know.
again?
Open a calendar.
All right. What's the date on that thing again?
October
All right.
7th.
October 7th.
I won't be at Ghostly Talk because it actually starts at like 9 a.m. or something and goes till 5 p.m. on October 7th. So I'm going to be in Wisconsin on October 7th.
I'm actually doing scheduling
Yeah.
for October now.
Yeah.
As most people know, we usually, for October, we usually do Ghost Month. We call it Ghost
Right.
Month. We're only going to be broadcasting the first 2 months. I'm sorry, the first 2 weekends,
Oh, wow.
and of which you're going to be gone.
7th and the 14th.
7th
and I'm
and the
going to be gone
14th.
on the 7th.
But I am going to book a bunch of ghost hunting groups, though.
Good.
We're actually putting that together. I'm not going to say who because I actually have a bunch in the can already. But I'm not going to say who. They will be the only ones who know. So,
Okay.
But yeah, you know what? You mentioned that, and
So October 7th, I'm going to be in Janesville, Wisconsin for the Southern Wisconsin Paranormal
it's
Conference.
Dave Schumacher's group,
Yes,
isn't it?
it
Yeah,
is.
I know he's been sending emails about that. I
I
want to go.
actually bought a ticket.
Oh boy!
I didn't try to trade or anything like that. Like,
Somebody's calling my cell phone. Yeah, this is Scott.
I can't believe we're listening to a prank call.
Oh, okay. Wait, hang on. We got. We're on the air as we speak right now, Ryan. Yeah, what's going on with Lorraine?
Oh, we have late breaking news. There we go. Nevertheless,
I'm sorry. What was that?
I did, so that folks know this, I'm going to be in Janesville, Wisconsin, October 7th. I'm actually going to head up earlier. I'm going to go to Green Bay for
Actually, I do. You want me to call
Wednesday
that?
through Saturday.
All right, we'll call that. All right.
And then on Sunday, I'm going to be in
All right, we got to
Janesville.
do two things here. I'm sorry, Doug. I didn't mean to cut you off here, dude.
I don't know. I think maybe that phone call was a little misleading that you just had.
That was Ryan.
I know, but she's not picking up.
Oh my God!
Call has been forwarded to an automated voice.
All right, okay, all right. Let's try the other one.
But
My God.
so I'm excited about Wisconsin. I'm excited about Chicago as well. The first annual Chicago Paranormal Conference. That's the weekend before Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
They have a lot of exciting events planned.
Sorry, Doug. I'm sorry to stomp all over you, but
I know you're working the boards. You're doing your thing.
this is why they have producers.
Yeah.
Come
Well, normally things go a little smoother.
Well, they always do.
Yeah.
This is kind of fun, though. Just kind of.
Hello?
Lorraine, Scott here from Ghostly Talk. How you doing?
Oh, I can't apologize to you enough, honey.
You know what? You don't need to apologize at all. It's
Not at
perfectly
all.
cool.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Don't be
honey.
sorry. Don't be. But Lorraine, we're on the air right now. So
Oh,
don't
well.
say any curse words or anything.
My God, I even got a call from Penn State.
Oh my goodness.
I came back, and there was a neighbor in my house. My family called because they couldn't reach me. I had gone down to Ed's gravesite.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Oh my God! You know, and a friend was here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the air. She wanted to tell me something.
Well, let her.
What? Well, let me. No, that was Ryan. He just said, "I hear her on the radio." Okay. Oh my God, that's been
Lorraine. Tell you what. Here's what we do first, Lorraine. I want you to stop, take a deep breath.
I need to.
Take
Yes,
a deep breath. It's
do
perfectly
that.
cool. Take a deep breath.
And I'll tell you what. Why don't
And
you?
I exhaled already.
That's a good idea too. Why don't you go? You've got to talk to your neighbor so your neighbor can go.
Yes. That's
Okay.
Talk to your neighbor.
Let's do that. We're gonna mute her line.
We'll meet you out for a
We're
second.
gonna
When you
mute your line.
when you come back on, just say, "Hey, I'm
and when
back."
you come
and we'll
on,
put you back.
say,
Yeah, do
"Hey,
your thing.
I'm
It's
back
cool.
now," and we'll carry on, and we'll catch you when
you mean
when you come.
should I shouldn't hang up?
Don't hang the
Oh,
phone up.
just set the phone
Just set
down.
the phone
We're gonna
down.
mute your line.
We're gonna
nobody
mute your
will
line.
hear
We're
anything.
We're gonna totally
All
mute.
right.
All right,
Yes.
there you go.
I'll
And
just
we'll
set the phone down.
All right, no
talk
problem.
to you when you get back.
We'll see you in a second.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
That way she can go do her
let
her
her-
business and get that done.
People have lives, you see.
Yes, they
And
do.
things happen. And Lorraine obviously had something very important to do.
Yes.
And that's much more important than Ghostly Talk. And I feel honored that she would go through all this anyways. Because when Doug was trying to explain one of the million things he's tried to since
I've
7 o'clock.
started
Yeah.
talking about 15 different things.
The thing is, that was Ryan from Penn State that contacted me. He
I
said,
see.
Lorraine's available. This is what's going on. Call her now.
That
so
works
we
out
did.
very well.
So we did. And it worked out. It's cool. So, nope.
I'm back.
Excellent. We will
I'm
unmute
sorry.
your.
I'm terribly sorry. I've never this horribly disorganized.
Well,
You should not be sorry. It's
It-
perfectly
Oh.
cool.
It actually worked out pretty interestingly, Lorraine, because we got to talk about some things that we wouldn't have
normally
gotten
have to do.
talk about. So we
That's
got some things
wonderful.
off our chest and out, and that
Yeah.
kind of thing about upcoming events. Speaking of which,
Thanks to my family for tracking me down, and thanks to Ryan Buell from Penn State.
yes,
Oh,
he is
gosh.
a known hunter tracker. Yes, he is.
Oh yeah, he's a sweetheart. I love him.
Yes, he is. When speaking of Penn State, you guys when you were going around and going to like libraries and universities and things like that. This was in the early days, right?
Mm-hmm.
You must have hit Penn State at some time, right?
We did. Oh yeah, we lectured at Penn State.
You lectured at Penn State, so this must be like a circle. You're just going back and visiting an old stomping ground at this point.
Oh, I'm actually, to tell you the truth, I'm really going all over. I'm going national this year.
Oh, really? So this is the beginning
yes.
of
Oh,
something
This is news.
big.
This is news to me.
I am going. Yes, I'm going to be going national. You go on my site, you'll see.
Well, as a matter of fact,
Yeah.
we had somebody call in.
Just
Jim,
a few minutes ago, yeah.
Jim, right, from
Yeah.
Connecticut.
Jim from Connecticut called, yeah.
He calls up and he says, have you seen Lorraine's website? it was down for a little bit. So
It
we
was.
went to it, and it's completely new.
It's completely new.
Revamped.
Brand new.
Oh, it isn't even finished.
Wow.
It really is not finished, hon. But I'm all the way from Texas. I start in Texas. Well, no, I have small organizations. I'm doing the end of September, the first part of October.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm at Virginia Tech.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
I know.
That just hit the headlines. What was it earlier this year or last year for tragedy? So it's really good that that you're going to be there and be able to see the place
kind of help with healing
and
honey.
help with healing. Exactly.
Yes.
I think that's fantastic.
And I look forward to that. And then I'm at University of Texas in Arlington, and I'll be at Penn State for the 2 days on the 19th and the 20th. And
Can't wait. I can't wait, Lorraine.
well, thanks, honey. And then I'm in Virginia at Longwood. I'm at Southern Connecticut State University, Bentley College, Wyoming, Maryland.
Oh my God.
And then the Halloween dinner seminar, which is the biggest event that we do every year. That is the largest event that we do every year.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be doing that on the 28th of October. That's already on our website.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, and then let's see, the last week of October,
I'm looking for tour dates.
Western Connecticut State University, University of Connecticut stores, and for Halloween, Vincennes, Indiana.
My goodness, Lorraine.
That is phenomenal.
You're touring harder than Kiss is.
Yeah.
That's cute. I like that. Oh my God.
That is absolutely amazing. And how come? Why do you? Because you used to do this, right? You used to do pretty much this.
No, I didn't. I didn't do it during the period of time that I was caring for Ed at home.
Right.
I did not.
Of course.
Right.
I only did New England states.
Exactly.
And but certain things happened following Ed's death, and I realized I had to carry on his legacy. I don't know any other way to put it to you guys.
That's absolutely beautiful, Lorraine. I respect and honor you for being able to do this. I think that this is fantastic, and I know Ed would really. Well, he'll be with you. So
absolutely.
I became aware of that. I became aware that. I'll tell you. On 2 different occasions, it was quite beautiful, and I'll explain it to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I think it is an extremely beautiful thing. Very seldom, soon after death, is the spirit able to communicate to the extent that Ed did. But what had happened, it was Ed's birthday, 2 weeks after he passed.
Mm-hmm.
And what I did is I had gone to a mass and communion for him in the morning. But the night before, on the 6th of September, a scriptwriter from California that we work with, a person who's actually become a very good friend by the name of Teddy Tannenbaum, he called me, and he said how much he admired Ed, and for a man that had such a vast knowledge, he had such a phenomenal sense of humor. And I said, yes, Teddy. I said, I'll tell you, when I knew he was really at peace and really happy, remember the 2 ways I described it, at peace and happy is if I heard him whistling. He said, really? I said, yes. I said, no matter where I would be, I would go out on the deck if he was outside, and I'd just look and smile, and it made my heart feel good. Well, as a result of this, that next morning, I went to Mass, went to communion, went over to his gravesite, and I said to him, honey, you know, if you were here today, we would be going to the Bluebird for breakfast. And I can tell you just what you would say. You would say to me, honey, it's a special day, and I'm treating you to breakfast at our favorite spot, the Bluebird. And this is in a small town near here. So I said, that's what I'm doing. I said, but I'm taking you to breakfast today, honey, and it's my treat. And so I said, I'll be back later to plant daisies. So I went. I went in this cute little restaurant, and in fact, they did a movie there just recently. It's a very quaint, pretty little place out in the country. And so I said, table for two. And I went over and I sat down. She gave me the menus. And when she came to take the order, I said, it's only me that's going to be eating. If my husband were here, this is where we would be celebrating his birthday this morning. And I said, but I lost my husband 2 weeks ago. And she said, oh my God, how sad. And then she turned around and she looked back and she said, how beautiful. And so I ate my breakfast, and one of the owners came in. She said, are you Mrs. Warren? I said, yes. She said, can I sit down? I said, yes. And she said, something happened here today. And I said, oh, you have problems? She said, we never had problems before. And I said, what happened? She said, the dishwasher came in at 5 o'clock this morning, and he was terrified. She said, he heard whistling.
Oh,
and
my God.
So she said he went into the dining room and nobody was there. And he went and picked up his apron and he looked out all the windows and nobody was there. And so he went back in the kitchen again, and the whistling started. So she said he called me up because he was terrified, and I had to go over there early in the morning. And I said to him, in other words, you heard something that sounded like whistling? He says, I didn't say that. I heard a real man whistling. Isn't that beautiful?
That
My
is
God.
absolutely incredible.
Isn't that beautiful? Now, that was just 2 weeks after Ed passed. And then, I mean, that made me, yes, it answered two questions that you always have that is so important.
Is he okay? Is he happy?
No, is he
No?
at peace?
At
Is
peace?
he at peace? And is he happy?
And is he happy? Yes, exactly.
Because he only whistled when he was at peace and happy.
Oh, that is fantastic. That is so beautiful.
I'm speechless, man.
It is. It is beautiful. Now, the next thing to happen, I won't go into all the detail regarding this home that I became involved with. But I became involved with this haunting in a home, and it required a Roman Catholic exorcism. Mm-hmm. It required a Catholic exorcism in the house. And so I was there for the exorcism. I was there for it. And I was standing next to the priest. Now, my son-in-law has been working with me in all of my work, but he said, Lorraine, I still can't figure out why you did that by yourself. And now you're going to know why I had to do it by myself. So during the exorcism, I was praying with the priest, but I was looking around because it was a home where things were flying through the air, and I didn't want the priest to get hurt. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, I said, above the prayers, Father, Ed is here. Ed came over and took my left hand, and all static electricity went all around it, and then it all tingled for a matter of minutes after. What he was saying to me is, I'll always be there for you, and I want you to continue the work. That's when I made the decision.
Wow. And I don't blame you. I mean,
I made the decision. I cannot speak at universities without researching, so I'm doing both. But Tony is normally working with me all the time. He's working with me at the lectures, and he is also working with me, with the research. So,
and that's good.
That's why I'm continuing, dear.
I think that's absolutely beautiful, and I know that there's people who need it. There are people out there who need your help, and
there are, honey. I realize that, God gave me gifts to use, and Ed and I worked at it for so long. And what do I say? What do I say on the phone? What do I say to the emails that come in? I'm not doing it anymore because I've lost my husband.
Yeah.
You can't do that. You definitely cannot do that. And so that's why I'm continuing to do the work. I really, truthfully want to carry on his legacy.
Well, Lorraine, I have to say that I personally believe that we are all extremely fortunate that he contacted you in those ways and conveyed to you his desire that you continue, because how many people are going to be at these lectures and the symposiums and the seminars and how many people are going to need to talk to you? There's going to be a lot of them, and I'm so glad that you're going to be out, and evidently you're going to be out and about quite a bit, even more so than me. And I think
am going to be out and about quite a bit. I mean, I don't even really, truthfully, have my final schedule, honey.
Right. That's just the tip of the iceberg, is what. Wow.
No, I hope it's a little more than the tip of it.
I hope it's a big, considerable chunk of the iceberg. Yes.
I hope so.
Well, we thought Ghostly Talk was the only entity in that toured like our thing. We thought we were the ones that were on the road more than anybody else is. But leave it to you. You stomped all over us.
you are showing us up, and I don't blame you.
That's good. No.
Oh.
One question that somebody had asked was there was a considerable amount of published work on the old website, right? Because it's
not fully up, honey.
Okay.
It's not. No, don't worry.
So that is all coming back. Excellent.
It's all coming back. Yes.
Good.
We're working with another webmaster
Excellent.
And so we've done things, we're changing a great deal, honey.
Mm-hmm.
But everything will come back. Don't worry. It's all coming back.
It's very attractive now. I have to say it's very easy to use, easy to follow,
Yes.
very modern and attractive looking. So it's it'll be extremely useful.
Well,
so I'm
Tony
glad
will
to
be
hear that.
very, very happy to hear
Good.
this.
Yeah, you tell him that, and I'll tell him that when I see him at in University Park, Pennsylvania, because
Yes.
I
Oh,
do
you're
like
gonna-
that. I'm going to be
you-
there.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, we're going to be there.
Oh, that's fantastic, honey. Well, you'll get to meet him, hon.
I can't wait. I think it's going to be
Yes.
awesome.
I'll tell you, I want to. It's 8:00 right now, and we were
Yes.
slated for 8:00. But I was going to ask Lorraine.
I think that's a good idea.
Lorraine, would you want to stick around for a few more minutes? Would that be cool?
I think I can do it. I've got company, but I'll
Well, if
do
you-
it. How
no.
much longer?
I'll
do
tell you what.
want?
No, if you have stuff going on, that's perfectly cool. We can end it. It's no problem.
I think that's
No.
a good
I
idea.
think
because
what
you know
what you just I think the
you
stuff
know
that we
what's
just went through
happened.
had the density of 2 hours.
I think so too. But I have to say, Lorraine, I think that this what we're trying to do is we're trying to get people excited to come to
Univcon.
Univcon,
Yeah.
and also excited to go out and about and do the things. Go to the seminars, go to the lectures, and do this
Yes.
stuff, because I've been there. I've gone to the lectures, I've gone to the seminars, I've gone to the conferences and things like that. I am going to Univcon, and we're trying to get people jazzed up for that kind of thing, because it's so important to actually go up and shake your hand and say, "Hi, Lorraine. I'm so and so," and I just wanted and just wanted to meet you and go and do the same with
John
Keel and all the
Lorraine,
the other folks.
We've been following Doug and I. We've both been. Our whole. People ask us all the time. How long you been doing the parent? We've been doing this our whole lives.
Yeah.
We've
Well,
been
that's
asked.
similar to you.
wonderful.
In our whole lives, you've been one of those people that have always been. I mean, it's a lot like a lot of people, in this thing. You've always been there. You've been like a friend to us all these years because you've been part of what we worked on.
You don't know us, but we know,
you. Yeah,
Oh, thank you.
So it's-
you're sweethearts to say this. Thank you ever so much, because I certainly enjoy it. You feel like friends.
Well, that's
Thank you.
and that's an honor.
That
that's a
is.
total honor.
You do. You really feel like friends, dear.
Well, we're gonna get to
Really?
hopefully we get to hang out, maybe talk for a few minutes at Penn State
the
in
event.
October. So
Oh, I hope and pray to God. Yes, I hope that's going to be allotted for us. Yes, I would love to do that. Absolutely love to. I have to tell you, you're going to appreciate this. Ryan, I know Ryan must be listening, and I shouldn't say this, but anyway, we left there, and we were starved. Tony and I, we were so hungry, and we didn't know where to eat. We didn't know where to go to get something to eat because it was late. It was really, really late. But Ryan and the Paranormal Research Group put on the most phenomenal tribute to Ed of any university, of anyone. Every university honored Ed. Every one of them did.
wow.
But what they did was just absolutely phenomenal, and it was such a credit to them. So we stayed quite a while. Well, anyway, we Tony in the car we had the GPS,
Yep.
and so we put in restaurants. So,
I've
to
done
go.
it.
We did find a good place, but
Good,
don't ask
good.
me the name of it. But we did find a very good place. So Ryan, if you are listening, honey, we didn't go to bed hungry.
Good. I know
we
he'll
do
be
need to
relieved.
eat. We really do need to eat.
We'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
If you're hungry there, you just come grab. Any one of us are always going somewhere
Just
to
so
eat.
you know, Lorraine,
we're the bigger of the people.
we're the large people. We have a very large posse that comes with us, and it seems like, and I always
A
complain.
large posse.
I always complain about this, Lorraine. You can ask Doug here. Whenever we're on the road traveling, it seems like our crew has to eat like every 3 hours. Or
That's typical of men, dear.
Yes, that's what we do.
I was married to one for 62 years. I know, honey.
but we got to be
It's very typical.
It's so true. But what I like about it is that whenever you're hungry, there's always somebody going.
There's somebody going, exactly.
So it works out well. Lorraine,
I'll remember that, honey.
yes, yeah. You just come over to our
remember
table.
that.
Somebody will be going. So
Okay, great.
I can't wait to see you at UnivCon, and I
It'll
wish
be an honor.
I'm so excited to hear about the new website, the revamping of the website, and
Thanks, hon.
this world, like this tour. Oh my gosh, it's just so exciting and exhilarating. I think you're going to get a lot of people excited about the paranormal and
That's
really
important.
into it, and most importantly, of course, you're going to get you're going to get the people who need the help, and I there's no better work. There really isn't.
Thank you, honey. Thank you a million. And I look so forward to meeting you guys.
This will be a lot of
The
fun.
feeling
and
is
very
mutual.
interesting.
I
believe
really,
me.
truthfully look forward to being with you and meeting you, honey.
Meanwhile, I know
Go
your
enjoy
neighbor
your
is waiting.
company.
Your neighbor is waiting so patiently.
Yeah,
So-
but it's a neighbor and it's a friend that came down because she was here a year ago, just hours before Ed passed.
oh man.
And she said she wanted to come tonight. So
We'll let
Do
you
that.
do your thing, Lorraine.
Go
Yes.
do
I
that.
can't thank you enough, Lorraine, for taking the time out on a day like this to come and talk to us, too. We really, really, really appreciate it.
you're more than welcome,
And
guys.
give your friend a big hug for us for being so patient.
Yeah.
I promise I'll do that.
Thank you so much.
Bye,
Okay.
Lorraine. Have a good night.
Have a good
Bye-bye.
one. See you next month.
See you next month.
That's fantastic.
You want to hang out for a few minutes?
Yeah, I think
I think we
we'll
need
finish
to.
up.
I just,
That was so beautiful, and I'm very encouraged because Jim had asked about the website, and it is revamped as we found out. The information is not lost; it's just getting reorganized and put up again.
Jim,
it's just too new.
I think Jim was trying to call again while Lorraine was talking.
I
I think that was Jim, and
I
I
wasn't-
think we answered his questions though.
I wasn't paying attention to the
No,
screen.
I saw the
but-
screen, and I think it was Jim trying to call again. I think we
But
answered
we were right
his
in
questions.
mid story.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, I see that. But that's why I brought it up.
Yeah,
what
so that's
happened to the
cool.
info that was on the old website?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it turns out it's just being reorganized, revamped, typed in again, and put up in in the new format, which
Yeah.
is really good, very reassuring. Because
I haven't had my. Well, go ahead.
like
I'm
I
sorry.
had mentioned to him, I don't think she's very reactionary over what other people say. She has no reason. She's been around since forever. And,
Exactly.
And I think that she's not as
Have you had your tears jerked like that recently?
No, that's.
I won't
absolutely
lie.
beautiful.
There's only been like maybe one time in the history of Ghostly Talk, and I think you remember that show, where I know myself, I kind of twice.
Uh-oh.
There was twice.
Yeah.
Robbie Thomas, which was actually recent. That wasn't too long ago.
Right.
And then there was way back in like 2003 or 2004 when Christy was still part of the show, when Karma was still part of the show. If you remember that show.
Yeah.
I know I kind of broke down on the air. And this was one of those tough times. I mean, to speak to Lorraine Warren, it's already kind of an emotional thing because it's Lorraine Warren, right?
Right.
It's like meeting, when you meet, we have, I think here with Ghostly Talk, we've kind of had over the last couple of years, we've kind of had some really wonderful things happen to us. At least I can say for myself, where we've got to meet some people that I don't think we ever expected to meet. And it's always been kind of an emotional thing for us. And again, with Lorraine Warren and to hear her talk about Ed like that, it really was like, whoa.
Oh, it really tugged at my heartstrings.
Yeah.
I just
because it makes me think about and I hate to say this, and I don't want to, but I've thought about that. Like, what if something happened to one of us? Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to lay any karmic thing down on us here, but what if something happened to one of us? And by no means we're not married,
Right.
We might as well be.
I know I see more than I would a wife. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like I always wonder, if something like that happened to one of us, what we would have. And I know if it was whatever way, I think either way it would be like, okay, look, I know that so and so would want this thing to keep going. Mm-hmm. We can't stop because of that. They're going to be with us no matter what. And that applies to loved ones. That's life right there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what it made me think about, was like, I've lost relatives. I've lost a lot of friends, over the years and stuff like that, as you have too, Doug. And when I think about, just like Lorraine does, when I think about, the things I do in my daily life, everything that I do, whatever it may be, whether it's professional or hobby, stuff like this, are they here with me? Mm-hmm. And I always think when I think that, I ask that question myself, and then I always answer, yeah, they're here with me. And I always feel myself smiling. You know what I'm saying?
Because it does. It really gives you a whole completely new rejuvenation. I mean, just to know.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not in this alone. They're not gone. It's really rejuvenates you. And I don't know. I just think that by her continuing on and doing that grand tour, I mean, that tour is more demanding than our tours. It's fantastic, and I know that the people who need the help are going to find it in her.
Exactly.
Because that's what she's done her entire life. Very exciting.
And that's just kind of whenever, you know, I know we're getting kind of deep here, which we haven't done in a very long time.
No.
We're due for a cry session on the air. That's what it made me think about her situation and how, you know, we all mimic that. Mm-hmm. We all mimic that, right? We all have that. If you care at all, you know,
right?
You know, I think if you care at all and you value life, you value your family, you value your friends, you think about this stuff a lot. You know, I have them here today, but what if I don't tomorrow? You know, what's going to happen? You know, and that's what I always tell people. You know what? I'm a victim to this. I'm sure you've been a victim to this also, Doug. You know, like I said, they're here today. They may be gone tomorrow. You should definitely cherish that at all seconds. When you're a teenager, you think you know everything.
Oh, you're invincible.
You're invincible.
When you're a teenager.
Your parents are idiots. Your grandparents are idiots. Anybody who's over the age of 30 is an idiot to you.
Right.
And that's cool. That's part of growing up. But if you get through that, like I know I have, and I know a lot of my friends have, they look back at that and go, God, was I an ass? You know? But they go, that's what I needed to do. And your parents love you, and they understand that. And they say, you know, this is what you had to go through. I mean, me and my dad talk about that all the time. You know, did I tell you this one? And I know we're just kind of, whatever. I don't care. I remember, and this is a really funny story. When I was like 10, 12 years old, I was in Cub Scouts. All right. And in Cub Scouts, we had this thing called the Pinewood Derby. And this was like the highlight.
We had that too, yeah.
This is the reason I joined Cub Scouts.
We did that
right?
too. It was a big event.
Let's be honest with each other here for a second. None of these kids built their own cars. Your dad worked for Ford. Your dad's a tech head like my dad is, right? My dad, I don't know what his trip was, but I was in it for 3 years, right? 3 years in a row. The first year, my dad built this car. Well, I mean, I built this car. That it was It was like this. I mean, it was amazing. It was like glass.
Wow.
When my dad was done with it. It was just all set up, just sweet. And we kicked butt. I think we won the Cub Scout troop, and then I went to like the second thing, you know. Mm-hmm. It was at like a mall somewhere, and we got beat, right?
Oh.
And it bummed me out, but you know, whatever. I probably was a jerk
by the
then.
professor from MIT.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
you know, so and the second year, I don't know what happened. We had a bad year. It wasn't that great. But then the third year, my last year in Cub Scouts, I can show you the car.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, hang on.
Hang
on. I got to show this to you. It all makes sense.
Please hold while Scott L goes and retrieves his Pinewood Derby car from 1774. Evidently it's packed away because he's having some issues. Pinewood Derby.
I have two of them here. I don't have the other one though.
Oh, okay.
Here's the first one.
Yeah.
Maybe this is like totally crappy radio.
Spitfire. Oh,
that
it's
thing's
missing a wheel right now.
Well, yeah, it's all beat up.
Oh, and you did the thing like you weighed it and everything like that.
Yeah, that was the first year, and here is the second year. We pulled the wheels off.
Oh my gosh, it looks like a Razor.
Yeah, exactly.
Looks like a Motorola Razor.
Now, the last year, I don't know where I have to find my other car because that's the one I'm talking about right now. It was a blue car my dad made, right? And like this is the one. This was the last year. We dominated. First place in my Cub Scout troop.
Wow.
Went to the second the semifinal thing.
Yeah.
Blew them away there. Got like third place there, and then we went to the big national thing down in Detroit.
Wow.
Right. And this is where things get weird because, well, there was, I mean, the cars they had there, they were like just ridiculous. Yeah, the people from MIT were designing them. And stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And we
had like a team of German engineers.
We got beat, right? We got beat. It happens. It's life. You know,
right.
Defeat is something you have to deal with. But I remember clearly I had the worst temper tantrum ever in front of hundreds of people. Throwing my hat down, screaming and yelling like a little brat, while my dad's just kind of sitting there going, Okay, this is on you now.
I'm not with him. I don't know.
Yeah. So we got done, though, and I remember this clearly. I was in the back seat of my dad's 74 Royal Blue Impala. What a wonderful car. The thing was bigger than this condo.
Yeah, they were.
They was huge, right? And I remember laying back there depressed out of my mind with a cover over my face. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to talk to my dad because he made me lose, because he's a jerk and he's a loser. How could he do this to me? What's wrong with him, right? And I remember my dad looking in the back seat going, come on, Scott, look, this is the way it is. You can't win everything. It's part of life. Shut up. Leave me alone. So I'd go back to being a little brat and sulking, and he'd look back in the back seat and go, Scott, you're making me feel terrible here. What's wrong with you right now? Okay, I was a complete jerk, right? That was 20-something years ago. Now, just a couple months ago, and this is just to explain this. My point here is just me and my dad were talking about something. We were sitting on the porch of his house, and we got to talking about Pinewood Derby. Mm-hmm. All right, cool, And I'm like, Dad, I got to say something to you, because I thought about this, right? And I said, the third year of the Pinewood Derby, when we went all the way to the finals, we lost. He's like, yeah, I know. I'm like, well, I was a real jerk to you. I treated you like crap that day. All the work you did, all the help you gave me, and all the stuff you did for me, and I had to talk to you like you were nobody, right? And he's like, yeah, so that's you. You're my son. That's the way it is. And I'm like, no, Dad, I'm really sorry about that now. I apologize to you. He's like, for the love of God, it was like over 20 years ago. I'm like, but still, Dad, look, I've grown, and I've looked back on this and said, you know what? I was a real jerk off to you. And I know I was a kid, and kids do that kind of stuff, but I'm acknowledging it now to you, Dad, and I'm sorry. And he's like, well, forget about it, dude. It's cool. But thank you. I appreciate it, And we went back to talking, complaining about work. So,
yeah.
But that's my point right there is, it happens. You act like that. But I think if you grow up and you look back on that and you still have a healthy relationship with your family, like I do, I know I do, right? Then that's cool. Mm-hmm. And you acknowledge that and you cherish those things. That's my message for today. That's what got me, and that's what Lorraine got me thinking about.
Well, that's excellent.
With stuff like that, and this is what I think both of us think about all the time. I know I'm always like, what can I do to be a better person? What can I do to excel and make myself grow more? Right? We all have our vices. You know my vices. I know your vices, right?
Yeah.
We all have to do these things to push forward. And, you can try to correct yourself, whatever it may be. I got a bad temper. I curse a lot. Not on the air, thank goodness. I hold grudges like nobody, right? And I'm trying. And, these are the things that I'm trying to improve on. Those are the things that tie into your whole life, I think. It's all this whole thing. What do we say all the time here, Doug? Like, something is going on here where it's all related.
It is all related.
And when you get into a conversation like this, we've went from Lorraine talking about her husband, Ed, mm-hmm. to me talking about Cub Scouts.
And Pinewood Derby. Yeah.
But there's an emotional lining around all of that that's all related.
They're both growth issues, too. I mean,
yeah.
You grew out of that big time. And Lorraine is starting her journey again, anew.
Yeah.
Starting her journey anew. Mm-hmm. There's even more growth ahead for her. I mean, she's going to meet people that just are going to totally blow her away. She's going to meet people she probably doesn't like. She's going to meet people who are who really need her help. She's going to meet people who probably think that, oh, you're old school, lady. I mean, that's the old school paranormal. The new school is with all these gizmos,
and TV pilots.
And TV pilots, yeah. So, I mean, she's going to meet the whole gamut of people, but it's going to be so interesting for her. And the thing is that's what I get out of the conference circuit in the first place, is all the different people.
We've never lived, I don't think both of us have never lived as much as we've lived in 2006 and 2007, I think.
Last year was really hard on me.
I really look back on what we've done with the show and the stuff that the projects we've been working on and the traveling we've been doing. And I can't think of People always say, like, you get older, you got to slow down a little bit, settle down, and stuff like that. And I don't think that's the trip for us.
Well, had I won, I don't know, had I won the 177, I told you about Bonnie, it's the same for me. If the 177 Mega Millions, but it didn't go, so it's 201 million next time, or next Friday or something. Anyway, if I win it, I think I'll treat myself to a weekend at home. That's what I want to do. I want to stay home for a whole weekend.
The thing is, though, is it's hard on you, and this is how I feel. It's hard on you. Sometimes you're like, oh, my God, I don't want to drive anymore. I just want to fall out of the car and roll down the freeway. But when you finally make it home and you look back and go,
what a great time that was.
Look what we did.
Yeah.
Look what we've done with, with the thing, with our thing, with Ghostly Talk. And everybody's got their thing now, and it's cool. That's where the pride kicks in, and I go, man, all right, this is cool. We're doing the right thing here. I feel we're doing the right thing here. Cool,
yes. Speaking of doing the right thing, we will be at UnivCon, of course, coming up in. Can you call up the schedule real quick?
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Coming up October 18th.
October 18th through the 21st.
Through the 21st. We're going to be even before that.
Oh man.
We're going to be at the Mothman Festival, which is the 14th.
September 14th through September 16th.
September, yeah.
We are hosting that.
Yeah, we're actually going to
We're going to be hosting that.
Doing the lecture. We're going to be next lecture. That
Did I tell you,
so
do you know that Marcus Leader is going to be there?
I did hear that, yes.
I talked to Nicole last night for a little while, and it was verified before. Marcus Leader, if anybody who listens to the show, we're going to finally get... I think it's important, and I think you should all care about it. We're going to finally meet the mighty Marcus Leader for the first time.
That's
so. I mean, that's going to be the most brutal weekend on us ever.
That's huge. Is he staying at the historic haunted Low?
No, they can't do that, but they're going to be very close.
Okay.
We might just trade. I might be like, you know what? I don't care about staying at the Low.
I think that's a good idea. I've stayed at the Low.
See, I haven't. I haven't. But now Marcus is going to be.
I'm thinking of renting a room across the river. Anyway, we'll be at the 6th annual Mid-South Paranormal Convention, of course.
Yes.
September 21st to 23rd. That's going to be the debut of that movie we talked about earlier. It's a comedy. Everybody take it lightly because it's really
American
fun.
Ghost Watchers is the name of it too.
Yeah.
That's the name of it. American Ghost Watchers.
Which is very exciting.
Very cool name. I actually talked to Andy yesterday for a few minutes.
Yeah.
I got your email about trying to find a name. I'm sorry I haven't responded to you. It's been busy. That's usually the same. That's like the template for our responses.
Right.
But
I got your email.
We've been busy
about wanting us to pay the bill.
Yeah, but
I've been busy. Yeah.
But they settled on that name, and I think it's good.
Works.
I think it's good. Yeah.
I personally am going to be at the 6th annual Southern Wisconsin.
Oh, you added that! You
yes,
sneaky little devil, you!
In Janesville, Wisconsin, on the 7th of October, 18th through 21st. Of course, UnivCon. After that, the 1st annual Chicago Ghost Conference.
Yes.
Weekend before Halloween.
And same
weekend. Yes, and simultaneous with that, we're not going to be there, but Bonnie and the rest of the gang is going to be at this one at the 13th annual Halloween Spooktacular with Troy Taylor down at the Haunted Lincoln Theater in Decatur, Illinois.
Yes.
If you want, go to www.ghostlytalk.com, hit the appearances page, and that'll chronicle our travels through the rest of the year, at least through that. It doesn't talk about my upcoming trip to San Francisco, which I just planned last Sunday on the air.
Yeah, with Jackie Garner.
With Jackie Garner. I can't wait. But so it's going to be a busy end of the year. Everybody, get your tickets, get your hotels now, because this is it for 2007. And you don't want to be sitting there in December thinking, gee, I wish I had gone to one of these. You get to meet all kinds of great people, and maybe you'll even get to see us running around like crazy.
Yeah, it's going to be... And you know what? I'm just going to throw this out, too.
Of course, we usually grab people and say, we're going to dinner, come on. It's just a tradition.
We thought October was going to be the end of our tour schedule this year, but that may change. We need to discuss these things.
Oh.
I haven't put anything on the schedule yet. That's why we have to have an executive meeting here pretty soon, and I'll sit down and go, do we want to go back on the road in November?
Well, November I'm going to be in San Francisco for a week. So
yeah, well, that's going to be. I don't think it's. Well, we'll talk it over. But yeah, there's
That'll
some
be
other things popping up. We might have some other announcements to make. As far as
okay,
tour.
well that sounds cool too. Hey, why have it end?
Why
too
spoil
soon?
a good time?
You guys, it's August 22nd. It's a special day. It's Wednesday, so it's been a little bit more relaxed. But I have to say thank you so much to Jim, to Sean, of course.
Nathan dropped in for a second and yelled
Nathan,
at us. Yeah.
And of course the incredible Lorraine Warren, who's going on tour. Just amazing. And we're going to get to see her at UNIFCON.
Oh,
very, very exciting.
Really excited about that.
We will be back next Sunday.
This coming
6
Sunday,
p.m. till 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Our website, www.ghostlytalk.com.
You know, we're talking to Alexandra Holzer this weekend.
I think that's very exciting.
She is excited. I am.
Yes.
We talked, and it's going to be fun.
I cannot wait. So
fun weekend.
It'll be a Holzer weekend on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Until then, I am Doug.
I am Scott L.
And this has been Ghostly Talk.
I need to go someplace where a man can think. Only the corrupt I listen to now. Think. I need to go someplace where a man can think.
We demand fair and more accurate, balanced news coverage. Real people with real lives in your dramas and on your talk shows. And if we don't get it, we'll make it ourselves. Don't hate the media, become the media.
I need to go someplace where a man can think. Think. Ghostly talk. Think.
The time has come for each and every one of you to decide whether you are going to be the problem or whether you are going to be the solution.
Don't hate the media, become the media.